Happy Thursday, everyone, including TJ.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I can't exclude you. I mean, of all
No.
people,
Are
you're my
you
co-host.
kidding? That would be just weird.
Kinda, yeah,
Kinda. I might understand why, but you know.
yeah, fair enough. Hey, welcome to the replay crew. I appreciate it, each and every one of y'all. Hopefully, y'all get something good out of the stream. Uh, it's gonna be a different one, so stay on for that. And you know what? Off the bat, let's go ahead and do some announcements. Mariah will not be joining us tonight. Her stepfather, passed
Stepfather. Yeah.
away this past week. So between her and her mom, they're working on that, doing all that stuff, you know. So keep Mariah in your prayers. And of course, you know her job, etc. And hopefully she'll be coming back in the future. So
Yeah. We've talked to her a little bit via text this week, and
mhm.
it's understandably a tough time for her and her family, and losing her stepdad like that. So if
Yeah,
she happens to be watching or checks this out at some point, Mariah, we're thinking about you, and we miss you, but we understand the best place for you to be is with family at this point,
hmm,
and going through that kind of healing journey. So we're here for you if you need us, and we look to have you back soon.
amen, amen. I second that. And also, continue on praying for my sister-in-law. She's still in the hospital with the little one, having pregnancy issues. So pray that the doctors figure it out, that she can be okay, and the little one, the baby that's not born yet, be okay. And my brother as well, and also my nephew. He's probably wondering what's going on. Mom is always gone.
Yeah,
Trying to think, how
that's
old is he now? Is he going on three, two, three? I don't know. So that's gotta be hard for him.
sure. I mean, doesn't probably understand what's happening, and his mom's been gone for a month, and so
Right.
yeah, hopefully things improve, and
Mm-hmm.
able to give birth, and the new baby can join the family, and all of those kinds of things.
Amen. Amen. Then I have a new nephew. Woo!
I know. This will be, you said, what, your fifth?
No, this
Fifth,
no
fifth,
six.
sixth. This is number six. So you are
It's
an
my sixth
uncle
one.
six
Yeah.
times over.
Yeah.
You are
And on that
married.
subject, I found today my younger sister had a kiddo. So now I don't know yet the name or if it's a boy or a girl yet. I've probably been told many times over. I don't remember. Old
I
age.
mean, when you're a six-time uncle, right? You've seen them one, you've seen them all. Is that kind of the philosophy?
That kind of. That's kind of what they say. I tell you what. Mm. So that's excited. Um,
Yeah, that's all great
I
stuff, man.
definitely got that on my bucket list to go see them.
And they are
I was supposed
located
to get a trip
in,
planned. What?
where are they located?
My sister, she's located in Iowa,
She's in Iowa. Okay, that's
hmm
right.
and normally I'd go up there for my dad's birthday, which will be the first next month. But with all this, my vehicle issues,
Yeah.
the money's tight. So yeah, hopefully I can get that figured out, and then I can go up there and see my nieces and nephews. That'd be so exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always good to be able to get a chance to go see family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially because yours is spread out all over the place.
A little bit.
Like
uh,
Florida and what, Iowa, little Missouri.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kentucky, Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we are. I mean, I got 8 siblings
Mm-hmm.
still alive yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So some people would say it's a big family, but me when I was growing up, you know, church, you know, small church, whatever. Majority of my friends, their families were 10, 12 children, so it was very normal size.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, majority of the families would have had
We're bigger.
10 12 children. Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and for us, it's I'm the oldest of two, so smaller family.
Hmm. You know what? Do you have any announcements for us?
No, nothing specific. I think you covered all the stuff that was on my mind and the stuff we talked about before. No, you can jump into whatever you want to do. We're starting to get some people filtering in here,
Yeah.
and
Next week.
yeah, go ahead. Next week.
Next week, I guess we'll cancel the Thursday Night Live because the Vibes has a event at church. We're doing our annual church cleaning before school starts. So, hey, I tried to get them to change it to another day, but I'm one person versus what, 40 people, 50, whatever. So I gave in. I accepted it. And also, TJ said earlier he has an event at the racetrack, so he was busy.
That is true. That is true. I've been dealing with some car issues this year, and so it's been a little bit back and forth and trying to get it fixed. We think we've got it figured out. So between now and next Thursday,
Mhm.
working really hard to change out a bunch of things, and hoping that makes it all better. And then I can finish the last three events of the season, one of which will be next weekend up in New York State at Watkins Glen. So
This is
um,
exciting.
I'm really excited, but I'm also a little nervous, man, because the last two events I've gone and 30 minutes on
Right.
track and the car just falls on its face. So there's a possibility that happens again. But I'm excited to be there. It's always been great to be there with my friends, and
Hmm.
it feels quite positive, like we've got it figured out now. So hopefully it should be good for the rest of the season. We can finish it out on a strong note.
Hmm. No, this is cool. This is cool. So,
Yeah.
h- how many races have you done this year yet?
um, I only had one that I completed.
Because of the vehicle trouble.
Yep, it was the second one in May in Ohio. We made it for the first day. Second day, I think I had two sessions, and then it at the tail end of the second session, it was done. And then I just went to Pittsburgh 2 weeks ago
Okay. Yeah.
and thought it was fixed, and it did not work. So
Ah.
I got 30 minutes on track, and then it started doing the same thing. So really, at one full event the whole season. So I'm hoping these last
Hmm.
three I can have full events and finish off.
Nice. So, other maybe I'm ignorant, but are there other people in the race with you?
Oh yeah, there's between 20 and 30 cars on the track at the same time.
With you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Now the way we do it, it's more about fast laps. So
Hmm.
passing, it's your position like in the group is not as important as it is just being able to get a clean lap that's fast. So for people who watch my videos that I put up, of usually either a session or my fastest lap, um, you will see where we're all in groups, and
Hmm.
then passes are usually done by hand signals so that the person knows you're going to pass them, and then you just
Hmm.
try and get out into some open track and get some good laps. So
Nice.
but yeah, there's usually 20 to 30 cars out there at once.
And how would you encourage someone that will be thinking maybe give it a try?
Yeah. um I think it's absolutely just do it, right? I think just about any car can go to a track event like this, as long as it's able to pass a safety inspection.
Okay.
Right. So it's got to have enough brake pad to make it through a weekend on track. It's got to be, mechanically sound. You can't have leaking shocks. You can't have,
Mm-hmm.
fluids and things like that. But other than that, it's pretty open. So just to try it, I think is a good thing. And I know the Sports Car Club of America, the SCCA, does more of an entry level. More of an entry level where they do like an evening. So it's like during
Right.
this time of year, it's light pretty late. So you can go, and it starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it's done by like 7. And you go to a racetrack in your area. It's low commitment. I think it's only maybe $150, and try it out. And then if you like that, you can get into things like what I do, which is other organizing groups that that will put on these events. So, I think you don't have to commit like I do to 6 to 10 events a season and have a fully prepped track vehicle like I do.
Mm-hmm.
You can go in something pretty basic and have a good time and see if it's for you before you really,
Right.
dive in
Mm-hmm.
full force.
Can an e-vehicle enter?
Depends on the racetrack.
Oh, so
Some
if I
racetracks
had, yeah.
will, some racetracks won't. It kind of depends. What they worry about a lot is the fire suppression systems that the
Yes.
that the safety crews have. Some tracks aren't up to date with being able to put out fires if one of the lithium ion batteries caught fire, because
Mm-hmm.
it's a different type of fire suppression than what they would use for like a regular car that had like an oil fire or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in the chat.
Yeah, me too. We're getting a few folks in here, which is great. I think I'll take my
Do
mic
it,
off and
Lando.
Lance.
That'd be cool. All right. Let's go pop the title, the topic up. That way,
Yeah.
y'all can think about it. And I guess vibes is the one that behind this one. I guess this week.
You
What do you
are.
think?
I'll tell you what. You and I had a conversation last week after the stream talking about these kind of more technical, research intensive topics.
Mm-hmm.
And you laid down the gauntlet this week, my friend.
I don't know what I did. I think I goofed up this time.
When you sent it over, I was like, yeah, that sounds like a great topic. I'm really interested, but it's not something prior to researching, it's not something I would say that I knew a lot about. I probably had a
Mm-hmm.
general gist, but not really.
And the reason this came to mind, this
Hmm.
topic, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and a friend of mine just it was a month ago, whatever, told me about this podcast to listen to,
Hmm.
and this kind of got me thinking about this topic. Um, they didn't talk about it, but listening to them talking, my mind was running through this. Like, you know what? That's interesting. I've actually been listening to them a lot. You know what? I'm gonna drop the podcast in the chat. Let me see. Does that pull it up?
Ah, that's
Yep,
one of
that
my
pulls it up. Okay.
favorites as well.
No way.
I've talked about it a
Now,
little bit here and there, like I've
how?
referenced it.
Yeah. How come we didn't mention it before?
I've talked a little bit about it because I think Stephen
Mm,
P watches or listens to it, and he would say, "Oh yeah, I listened to that one too." So,
mm-hmm.
um, it's a good one. They do a lot of really interesting topics on their podcast.
And last month they talked about libraries.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that is a really interesting. Um, Now, I don't listen to them every day, but it's definitely in the top 10 of my podcasts I listen to.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I listen
So
to less
now,
number of
but
podcasts and kind of focus, and so they're
hmm
probably one of the only three I truly like listen to over like the long term.
right. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring up the participant list,
Yep.
and we'll do that
And we're getting some questions
because I know.
on the topic, so when we get back to that, we can maybe explain exactly what we're talking about, and then we can jump in.
Yeah, yeah, sounds like a plan, a perfect plan. Uh, Let me do that. There we go, much better. The 17 participants, according to Fish Fam Link. If you haven't heard about it, let me know. Message me, and I'll try to walk you through it. And if there's enough interest in Fish Fam Link, that might be a topic on a future live stream or on a Saturday Night Vibes. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead down to the list. We got Wayway, Start Fresh Aquatic Lando, New Hat Gardening, Jody Reed, Bruiser, Bruiser CB, Some Fish for Fish, Let's Guy Fishkeeper, Bear Bottom Bratton, Jody P, Linda Worth, KGE Aquatics, Vibes Aquatics. Hey Vibes, good to see you. Fish Fam Link, Gillister Gardens, Diddy's Fenden, Barbara Jackson, Uncle Smiles Aquariums, and Christopher Junkin. Welcome in, folks. A nice group tonight, eh?
Sure is, sure is. And Mr. Lovey-dovey Hovey Nathan says that he thinks that it's how many scales they have is what puts them into each category. Yeah, Nathan,
Oh!
Nathan, you got it, man. They grab a fish and they just start counting the scales, and then that's where they classify them.
Now,
Full
who has time for
spectrum.
that?
Yep. Well, so they didn't, right, Vibe? So we're gonna talk about the actual way that they do it, because I think maybe they started that way, and then they recognized this isn't gonna work long term, so we got to do something a little bit better.
Right? But I think it's going to be an interesting topic. Um,
Yeah, I do too. I was
right?
quite excited about it when you
Mhm.
suggested it.
And when I suggested it, did you go right to what I was thinking, or did you go a different route?
So the route I took, right, is the way I kind of thought about it is thinking about scientific classification of like organisms in general, because there's a well-defined process, and so
Mm-hmm.
again, I kind of had an idea of what that looked like, but I'm not an expert. I still am not an expert after
No.
doing a bunch of research, but I have at least a better understanding. And so, I basically looked through each of the steps in the process, and I did it with an example. So I used the example of a neon tetra
Mm-hmm.
to take us through the process from the very highest level of the classification all the way down to, the last two steps in the process are the genus and the species of whatever type of thing that it is that we're talking about. In this case, we're talking about a neon tetra, but you can use that
Mm-hmm.
for anything, even non-fish. And yeah, so I took a bunch of screenshots that I've got, so you'll see me referring to my phone quite a bit. I've got Vibes. This is like the perfect like setup. I've mixed our two techniques in one tonight.
Ooh, you got a notepad and you got technology.
Dude.
Well, I like it.
One on each side of the computer here.
He
Yeah,
is, he
man.
is really passing us all up, y'all.
Man, you threw out the gauntlet that this was going to be a topic tonight, and so I have come ready to play.
And the reason we brought it here as well, we want y'all to participate as well, because we don't know everything. Just because, hey, quick disclaimer: just because someone's on camera does not mean that they know what they're talking about.
Yep.
Ouch.
Yeah. No, 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 no. It's absolutely true, right? And I think this is one where comments, corrections,
Mm-hmm.
questions is all welcome. I it kind of took me back to kind of biology class a little bit.
Yep.
And so I just am kind of scratching that surface as far as trying to kind of figure this stuff out. But I wanted to share kind of what I learned because I thought it was really interesting. I see Uncle Joe's Fish says had to finally get a computer. I like paper. Uncle Joe, I agree with
Ooh.
you. Usually, if you follow the stream going forward, or if you have before, you'll know that usually I show up with a list on paper that I've written out. For this one, I've mixed it up, so it's a little bit of uncharted territory for us here. Usually, Vibes and Mariah are the ones with their phones out, and I got my notebook. So
I got my phone right here. Yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Keith says he took biology in 10th grade. He doesn't remember anything. So
So time to bring it back, huh?
we're bringing it back here.
Hey George, nah, 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 nah. If it's over your head, that means Vibes shouldn't even be talking about it for that matter.
Yeah, I think everybody's gonna be good. I tried to keep it at a pretty reasonable level so that everybody
Yeah.
can catch along on with what we're talking about. And I just want to share some interesting facts that I learned.
And we picked up Joe, Prosec Joe, Uncle
We
Joe's
did.
Fish Shed, and Jeff
Yep.
Kane. Welcome in, folks.
And Barbara Jackson, I don't know if we called her out earlier, but she's
Hey,
here with
Robert
us.
Jackson. All right.
And how did you think about this, Vibes?
How did I think about this? I was thinking when we look at a fish or a shrimp or a snail, whatever you look at,
Mm-hmm.
how do we determine what to call it? And to kind of break it down to put it in a category that are similar to other species in that category. Um, it's probably more or less. I wasn't quite sure. That's why I brought it up because I want to learn just as much as anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And what better way to learn than to put into a topic?
Yep.
It
So
makes it makes vibes dig a little more than they normally
yeah,
would.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it did me too. And I also looked up the process for how a species gets named. Like
Ooh.
actually how the name is
Uh huh.
decided.
I, you even went deeper than I did. Wow.
Yep.
So wet sounding, y'all. TJ is gonna run the show. I'm gonna sit back on the side bench and listen in.
No, no, no. I need you. I need you. Jorge says I wanted to drink beer and enjoy. Now I have to put the beer away and listen. I mean, you can, Jorge, but I don't know. I mean, I think we tend to get a little bit more handsome than if you have a beer or two, huh?
All three or four, it'd be even better. Uh, Careful, vibes. Back off. Anyways, hey Foxy, welcome in.
Scientific name is kind of where I kept with this one.
Ooh, so okay. Now some of us are not going to know that, so you might have to explain when that time comes
You
what they
got it.
actually are.
You got it. I will go through that process. I took some screenshots here in the phone of how that works. And like I said, we also were using the neon tetra as our example as we walk through this.
Mm-hmm. Now maybe it was I was too ignorant, but I went down through the list. I mean, okay, species that I'm talking about tonight is not all species out there, y'all. This is just maybe this might be a breakdown for a beginning of a few more topics in the future. Who knows?
Sure.
But I asked my first question was, what makes a cichlid a cichlid? What what do they use to determine what it is?
Yeah. So it's really interesting, right? So you have this whole, like I said, like a hierarchy,
Mm-hmm.
and all the creatures that are out there start somewhere in this hierarchy. And so when we're talking about fish, they're animals. And so
Mm-hmm.
we start at the top level is a kingdom. So they say, okay, what kingdom is the creature you're talking about in? And so we're talking about, like I said, we're going to use the neon tetra as
Right.
our example for tonight. And the neon tetra is in the kingdom of Animalia, which is
Mm-hmm.
where all the animals sit, right? So that's at the
Right.
very, very top level. So if it's an animal, it fits in the kingdom of Animalia. And then it starts to get really, really interesting because then you start to break it down from kingdom into something called a phylum. And then it
Mm-hmm.
goes into a class and an order and a family. And then what we commonly know when we're thinking about scientific names is the genus and the species.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's in that process where it starts to slowly over time sort of branch off. So you talk about, what makes a cichlid, and it's at a point in the process where it's either in that order or family type of
Right.
area where it's going to branch off in that case. And that's where you'll start to see the delineation between the different types of fish that we've got that are out there. So interesting.
We don't want to miss this. Uncle Joe's Fish Shed, a super chat.
Oh, thanks, Uncle Joe.
Let me see. No, no comment. Thanks, Joe. Big time. Um, if y'all have not bought and fish from Joe yet, are you really in the fish hobby? Just saying. Uncle Joe's Fish Shed. He's based out of Florida. Great breeder. Great seller. I had the opportunity to meet him in person back in June. Actually, on my birthday, by the way, at the event in San Antonio. He flew over for the event. Flew over, drove over. I'm not sure. He was there, and we had a great time hanging out, talking. So if you have not gotten, if you want a good place to get fish, we'll check them out. Uncle Joe's Fish Shed. But into your Google search, and you'll be able to find it. Thanks again, Joe.
Yeah, that's cool. And we just picked up my buddy and yours, Kenny E.
Kenny,
I've been
welcome in.
seeing lots of stuff posted by Kenny. I think he had a wedding in the family recently,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been doing a bunch of fishing and some different family activities. So it's cool to see that. Kenny, thanks for joining us tonight. So,
Hey, I'll
okay.
answer this question for Joe.
Yeah, go for it.
It does, Joe. Super chats do benefit the channel. Now, YouTube is going to get the cut out of the deal. I mean, I don't blame them. If I had a website or a platform that people use to live stream, do content on, and if I made it, I make it available for you. I mean, come on, it's a business. I'm going to get my share out of it, right? So YouTube is getting their cut out of it. But I do appreciate it though. It definitely helped the channel out. Thanks, Joe. Okay, back to you. Hey, Alishon, welcome in.
Yep. Hey, Tom. So, yes. So, okay. So we're going to follow our example of the neon tetra, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we've already said you start at the top level as kingdom, and we know all animals fall into the kingdom of Animalia.
Right.
Then we go to the next level, which is phylum. There are, did you know, 30 recognized phyla, which phyla is the plural of phylum,
Mm-hmm.
but there's 9 that are really the most common. And so our neon tetra does fall into one of the 9, but those 9 that are the most common are the peripera,
Mm-hmm.
which are sponges. So they're simple animals. They have no true tissue or organs, and they have porous bodies, which is like a sea sponge. You've got Cnidaria. So it's known with radial symmetry, stinging cells that they call cnidocytes, and they have one body opening. This is jellyfish, sea anemones, and corals. Then you go into platyhelminthes, which is flatworms. They're flat, soft bodies. This is your planaria and tapeworms. Then you've got nematoda, which is roundworms. We talk about nematodes,
Right.
right? So nematodes like banana worms, like vinegar eels, those kinds of things. Hookworms, heartworms
Ooh.
are all things that fit into that nematoda phylum. Annelida is segmented worms. They've got soft bodies. These are like earthworms and similar. Then you go into mollusca, soft bodies, often with a hard shell. So that's snails, clams, squids, octopus. You've got
Okay.
arthropods, which is the largest animal phylum. These are various kinds of insects, spiders, crabs, shrimp. So it's like arthropods, right? Things with a hard exterior shell. Number 8 is Echinodermata. It's they're known for radial symmetry in adults, spiny skin, and a water vascular system. This is starfish, sea urchins, and sea cucumbers. And number 9 is Chordata. These are vertebrates, so things with a backbone and close relatives. Their traits are having a notochord, right, which is kind of a spine, dorsal nerve cord, pharyngeal slits in some stages, and these are fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals, including humans, fit into chordata.
Okay.
So again, taking our humble neon tetra as an example, right? They're in the kingdom of Animalia, and now they're into the phylum of chordata.
And why is that? Because they have the skeleton backbone.
Chordata because they're a vertebrate, right? In this case, and they fit into that category.
So the cichlid would fit in the same category.
Cichlid should fit into the same category. Correct. And then from there, we start moving into what we call the subphylum. And in this case, the subphylum is Verbrata, like vertebrae.
Right.
And there's several classes within the subphylum Verbrata, including things like jawless fish, which are lampreys. Then you've got cartilaginous fish, that's rays and skates and sharks. And then you've got osteoichthyes, bony fish, which makes sense because you think about osteo, right? Like osteoporosis is a bone issue in mostly people it's known for, right? And ichthyes, fish, bony fish. And so this is salmon, goldfish, tuna, and the neon tetra. More than that, but those are examples.
Right.
And it's considered to be the most diverse class, and they have skeletons made of bone. So we've kind of made our way kind of down there. And they are in the subclass called Actinopterygii.
Yeah, I'm not going to repeat that.
That's okay. That is quite all right. Those are, so that class, the Actinopterygii, is ray-finned fish.
Okay.
Ray-finned fish are fish with fins that are supported by thin, bony rays or spines. And it's considered a subclass within Osteichthyes. About 99% of all the living fish species fit into that subclass. Again, it uses the same examples. So goldfish, tuna, trout, tetras, seahorses. And they're distinguished from lobe-finned fish by their fin structures. So you can see we're starting to identify as we move our way down by characteristics of their body or their physiology or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
So basically, we're removing other options to make. Basically, we're moving. Yeah, we are to bring it down to a certain point.
Yep.
Basically, you have a checklist, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does it have this? Does it have this? Does it have? Oh,
Correct.
nope, it don't have that. Okay, it's definitely not. It's not that. And so it's kind of like a we call it a tree,
Yeah,
a
it's like a
family tree.
decision tree or a sorting structure. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I was making a little bit of fun of Nathan's comment, and I think he was joking with it about the number of
Right.
scales, but it is characteristics potentially such as scales that are part of that decision tree. So he's
Mm-hmm.
not wrong.
No.
It's going to be all of those types of things that you're going to start to look at to try and start to making a decision. And scientists would do this when they discover a new type of fish, or they decide to describe a new type of fish that maybe
Mm-hmm.
was previously discovered but not yet classified. And they're going to make these decisions. Fascinating stuff.
Judge people on the fin instructors.
Love it. I love it.
Sam is always good with the good jokes.
Mm-hmm. We then take, so we've come down kingdom, phylum, class. Now we're going to order. So it's like a funnel, right? We started kind
Mm-hmm.
of up here and now we're kind of bringing it in. And so when it comes to order, the neon tetra is in the order Cariciformis or Cariciforms, like kerosene, right? So you start to see the identification like that. And the Cariciforms is a diverse group of primarily freshwater fish, best known to include piranhas and hatchetfish, mostly found in Central and South America and Africa. And they're all part of the class that we talked about, the
Mm-hmm.
Actinopterygii. As as the current scientific classification, the order of Cariciforms contains about 20 recognized families that they have within it. So that starts to identify, now you start to take into consideration. So Cariciforms, ray fin fish, mostly freshwater, they also have adipose fins. Do you
And
know what
what's
an
that?
adipose fin is?
No, I don't know.
I didn't either.
Ooh.
An adipose fin is the fin that is located on the body between the dorsal fin and the tail fin. So if you think about
Oh.
most tetras,
Mm-hmm.
right, they've got the dorsal fin kind of right in the middle of the body, kind of just behind the head. You
Right.
got the tail fin, and there's a small fin usually in between the two. To be considered a cariciform, they need to have an adipose fin. Plus, they primarily are considered South American and African. So you're starting to take into consideration now at this level, you're starting to take in location. Very interesting. And they also talk a little bit about peaceful and aggressive fish. So behavior is also a piece of it. So many different factors that end up getting
So they use behavior as to categorize different species.
correct.
Kind of like introvert, extrovert.
Mm-hmm.
dad bod, supermodel. Oh no, what vibes? No,
Uh, I don't know about that, but
but y'all get the point.
mm-hmm.
And by the way, y'all, I'm drinking a smoothie.
Nice. What flavor?
That this is a cranberry, pineapple, blackberry, mango, and banana.
Wow, that's a lot of different fruits there, pal.
This is my dinner, y'all.
Okay.
I mean, it's been a warm day. I need something to cool down.
Yeah, for sure.
And we picked up some more participants. We got Cheryl Smith working, looking.
Oh,
Eugene.
yep.
Eugene's from. Trying to think. Where is Eugene from?
Mm, it's a good question. Somewhere in Asia, yes.
He's probably told us many times
I
over,
don't. I
but I
don't
can forget
remember.
him. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
I'll be right back. Oh, someone's at the door. Who is it? A
Oh,
package?
okay.
Hmm.
I may be completely incorrect about that.
Uh, okay.
Good. We can make that happen, right, Vibes? We can get diplomas out to everybody who
Mm-hmm.
attended.
Yeah. I like this.
Only thing
Now,
you have to do is you got to write us a 5-page essay
yes.
using your
And
own example.
actually, send them in, either email, whatever, and then we might use that as a topic.
Maybe. You never know.
Yeah. Hey, Bits and Cats, welcome
Never
in.
never know what we might do.
All right. No, we won't do that. Okay. Sorry about cutting you off.
No, you're okay. So yeah, so we just talked about cruciforms and then the 20 recognized families. The families are things like Sarasalmidae. Those are piranhas, pacu, silver dollars. Then you've got things like Crenochidae, South American darters and small bottom-dwelling fish. Elestidae, which are African tetras like Congo tetras.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go back to our example with the neon tetra, Charicidae.
Mm-hmm.
Tetra, some of the piranhas, which is the largest family in the order of Chariciforms. So again, starting to pull it down further where now you're starting to see fish are broken out into even smaller slivers, right?
Right.
And so,
Hey, Shane, welcome in.
hey, Shane, thanks for coming. Right? So you've now started to see some of the piranhas are lumped in there, the tetras, right? So we now are kind of moving our way a little bit more and more thinly sliced here.
Like a nice turkey slice that you want in your sandwich.
You got it. That's exactly what we're doing here. And then we even move a little bit further to now we're starting to get into what we know as the scientific name, right? All of the things that we've talked about before is kind of invisible to us unless we go back and we do this kind of research. You can certainly find it just
Right.
like I did for the neon tetra. You can find how it is the whole
Mm-hmm.
way. But usually we only know it on the genus and species name, right? And so in this case, now we look at neon tetra. The genus is Paracharodon. And this is where it gets really, really interesting. They break it out into 5 different areas that describe a fish that fits into this genus.
And what are
Size
those
and
five?
shape, right? Size and shape,
Mm-hmm.
coloration, habitat, like temperament, and their mode of reproduction.
Okay. Now you're getting to where I was digging.
So I just took your idea and I expanded upon it
I
accidentally.
like that. I like it.
So when we think about Parachaerodon, size and shape, they say small-bodied fish, usually around 1.2 to 2 inches in length, slender, and laterally compressed bodies, meaning flattened side to side. So if you think about most tetras,
Yeah, they are.
they
Mm-hmm.
tend to be a little bit flatter side to side. Coloration is iridescent, metallic blue stripes running horizontally from head to tail. Uh, some species also have a bright red stripe on the lower half of the body. Their bright colors serve for schooling, recognition, and mating.
Mm-hmm.
So you can start to see now where we're really starting to take shape of that neon tetra. Their
And
habitats are
why the
native.
colors?
Go
What?
ahead. No, go
And
ahead.
and and why the color of
Why
the?
the color?
Yeah.
It didn't say exactly why the color. Um, but it just said that they break them down in this case by the color, so that all
Yeah.
of the fish in this genus will have that metallic blue from head to tail, because you think
Right.
it's neon tetras, cardinal tetras,
Right.
right? And probably some others that fit into that
Mm-hmm.
category.
What I found about it's interesting. We both dug neon tetra. Anyways, what I found
Wait,
out
did you do the
that
neon tetra?
some, yeah.
Cool.
Anyway,
Not
yeah.
planned.
I mean, it's a fish that m- most people would recognize.
Yeah.
Anyways, what I found out, the reason the color it kind of resembles the rainbow color, and they're
Okay.
swimming, and say if they're attacker, somebody that's trying to find food, and they see it, they'll think they'll see the eye, but then they'll
Yep.
see this blue and red, and it
Mm-hmm.
looks like the sun is bouncing off the water, and
Yep.
so they'll miss the target. Supposedly, evolution says that they change over time to become like that resembles the sun, and their enemies won't be able to see them.
Makes sense.
I think that's interesting.
Yep.
Anyways, go ahead.
It says here that the bright color serves for schooling, recognition, and mating.
That makes
So
sense too.
other processes, right, that
Mm-hmm.
they use the colors for. It also makes sense because the waters sometimes tend to be low light,
Right, right.
so they need the bright colors to be able to attract one another and to kind of send signal.
Mm-hmm.
So habitat, they say native to slow moving acidic soft water rivers in South America, commonly found in places in the Amazon basin, and they prefer shaded waters with low light and dense vegetation.
Huh. Which that would make sense about
Mm-hmm.
the colors, and since they live, it might be in more of a cloudy. If you want to say a black water,
Right.
high tannin place, and the sun is glistening off the water, right? The
Certainly.
enemy, yeah,
Sure.
yeah. What's interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Because see, most of the neon tetras I see,
Mm-hmm.
the ones you see in an aquarium, this pristine
Yeah.
system, right?
Yep.
So, okay, I'm catching on to this. Um,
But I find it so interesting, Vibes. I never, before having to do research for this topic, I never would have thought all that goes into making these decisions.
mm-hmm,
Right? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, you say at the kingdom level, Animalia,
right.
it's like all animals, cut and dry.
Mm-hmm.
But then you start to move further down, even just to one level. If they're in chordata, right, they have a backbone and they've got a well-developed brain. Automatically, you're cutting off a part of the population. And then you start to talk about, they have to have a bone structure, right? They have a bony skeleton to be considered as part of the Osteichthyes group.
Right.
Right. And moving on down all the way through. And then when we get here now to the genus, we start talking about their size and shapes and coloration, the habitat they live in. So when you think about it like that, the first things that you notice when you discover a new fish are going to be kind of those things we just talked about.
Yeah. Those 5.
Yep. You're going to know their size, their shape, the color that they came out of the body of water, their habitat. You're going to know, you may not know their behavior or their reproduction.
Yeah. Not yet, but
it's just really interesting that that's at the level where when you first would come in contact with them, you would end up starting to identify those things. You wouldn't yet know about all of these other things.
Hey, Seville Steve, welcome in.
Hey, Sevilla Steve, good to see you, man. Thank you coming in all the way from Spain to join us like you usually do. We're happy to have you.
How's your weather over there?
Everybody. What's that?
How's your weather over there?
Oh, good question.
Good thing I just ate. I mean, just at dinner.
Lemon cream cake. Okay, interesting.
That's the
cake that feels like pie because it's got a cream in it.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Actually, look, yeah, I get it.
Is that how that works, Dee? Is it like a cake base with like a cream on top? Now I'm curious.
Well, is it more like a tres leche?
Oh,
good question. Did you make it?
And more like a tres leches. It could be. Okay, let's see what she says. She'll fill us in.
Yeah.
She will tell us what the story is there. But incredibly interesting. Do you if there's a fish out there that is fighting against the segregation of other fish, separate but equal is not equal? Huh. I mean,
I'm not thinking about that for a little bit, Sam.
I think in a different type of context, sure, right? So, if you try and catch a fish in a net or you try and keep it separate, they certainly don't want to be there. So they will do everything they can to escape.
Right.
But I don't know. Yeah. Dee Dee says no. It was cake with a lemon pie filling swirled in before baking, frosted with Cool Whip and lemon frosting mix. Butterfly picked it for her birthday cake. Oh, it's today Butterfly's
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Woo! Butterfly. Steve says it's pretty warm here, usually about 90 degrees now during the day, but humidity is not bad. It doesn't rain here from May through September.
Wow, so it must be pretty dry then.
Yeah. Either that or they get just so much rain
drier
that it goes okay, but yeah, wow.
Hey, welcome, DD.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty cool. I think she's was she like 14 or 15 now? I don't know. I think.
So, DD, here's the next question. Did you record it?
The birthday?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, the cake.
Oh, the
making.
cake. Maybe. Maybe.
And if you did, go ahead and share it on your YouTube channel. Make us all jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's go back to the topic.
Okay. So, yeah, so I just find it interesting. So, the first thing that if you were to go and discover a new fish, you're going to notice the things we just talked about.
Right.
But you've got to go back and figure out all the other stuff. And so that gives you the glimpse into the work that the scientists do when they're trying to figure this out. Because before they can give it a genus or a species name, they've got to figure out all the other stuff because it may be in a genus that doesn't fit, or it may not be in the genus they think it does, because they
Right.
have to
Right.
identify all the other stuff. So they've got to understand, does it have a backbone? Does it have a well-developed brain? I mean, most of the fish probably will do that, but are they a bony fish? So, that's a piece of it. Do they fit some of these other characteristics that we talked about when it comes to a chariciform? Do they have an adipose fin or not? They have to do a lot of scientific work to kind of figure those things out. And,
So now, yeah, yeah.
right? It's just the whole process.
So in other words, what you're saying, the fish that you may have found,
Mhm.
maybe it has been found before. It just maybe it's in the wrong genus.
I think that's so we see from time to time, right? Where, I mean, just look at what happened with the Coriodoros,
Yeah.
right? And it happens where
Hmm.
scientists will come along and they will believe that whoever came before them got it incorrect, and they'll provide their documentation, and
Hmm.
it can result in changes.
Right. Which
So,
I don't mind that.
no, I mean, I think that's what the process is there for, right? Is to to be able to do those kinds of things and to make sure that we've got them in some sort of an order where they can be studied and learned from.
Yeah, they're all talking about the cake in the chat. I like it.
Are they? Nah, I can understand that. So we've walked our way down this path, but how do the fish get a true name, right? When you think of naming a fish, how does it happen?
I mean, neon tetra. I mean, it's definitely neon color, no?
Not okay, so not the trade name.
I miss. Yeah, go ahead.
Because you're correct. Yes,
Yeah.
I would agree with you wholeheartedly that that's where the common name came from. But where did the scientific name come from?
And where does it come from?
So what we're really talking about is the process that is used to create really. So we've talked about how they basically go through the entire process and they decide sort of how it fits into kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, and genus, right? That's all well-defined things. We talked about, for the neon tetra, how it gets into the Parachaerodon genus. Now we're talking species.
Mm-hmm.
Species names are assigned by scientists. They're typically people that are specialists in taxonomy, or they're ichthyologists, so they're PhDs, doctors in studying fish.
So you have to be
And
a doctor to be able to name a fish. Is a
you have
requirement.
you have to be a scientist, it says,
Okay.
right? Because what you do is the person that gets to name the species is the scientist who first formally describes the fish in a published reviewed work. So they are required to submit their proof and their writing about the studies that they've done with the fish. So, you go out tomorrow and you find a fish in, one of your rivers.
Yeah. Or
If
mud
you're
puddles.
or mud puddle, whatever. If you're a scientist that studies that, you would go through the process we've talked about. You would do a whole bunch of research to figure out where does it fit, and you're going to come back and you're going to say, okay, I've done all of this. I've walked it through all of the different steps that we've already walked through, and um, Okay, and I believe based on all the information I've got, it fits into the same genus as the neon tetra. So it's in the genus Paracharodon.
Mm-hmm.
You then are going to say, okay, I'm the one who's going to describe it first, so I get to name it. And then what you have to do is you have to name it using the rules of the International Code of Zoological Nomenclature, ICZN for short. And so basically, scientists, what they're going to do, they compare it to the known species that already exist. They're going to use genetics, they're going to use behavior, morphology to try and follow that tree. So they're going to make those
Mm-hmm.
decisions, and they're going to put a detailed description, including pictures, measurements, the habitat they found it in, all of those kinds of things are going to be in that journal. And then they need to have a binomial name, genus and species by
Mm-hmm.
binomial 2. And the names reflect things like could be appearance. So something like a species name of maculatus, spotted is what that means. Could be their location. Could be Amazonica, from the
Mm-hmm.
Amazon. Or it could be something to honor someone. Neon tetra. Do you know what the species name is?
No, I don't.
It's NSI. Do you know why it
Okay.
was named NSI?
No, I don't.
It's named after the aquarist William T. Innes.
That's interesting.
Just like cardinal tetra is
Mm-hmm.
Axelrodi, named after Herbert Axelrod. So there's
Makes sense.
multiple different ways in order for you to name them based on how they look, where they come from. Could be people.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's submitted, it's put into a peer-reviewed journal. Once it's been reviewed and it's accepted, the name becomes official.
And is that the is that put in stone, or can that be revisited, changed, etc.?
So it seems like it can be changed, as we've seen. Like the certainly the genus has the ability to
Mm-hmm.
change as scientists learn more about fish over time. Um, right? So it can't be set completely in stone because science
Right.
changes all the time, classifications change all the time. But yeah, I mean, it is a fascinating process. Dennis Christensen, hey Dennis, it's great to see you, man. He says
Hey,
life is so
Dennis.
complicated. You know,
Uh, is it really? Or do you make of that?
yes and yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it depends on the situation, the day, all sorts of
Mm-hmm.
circumstances,
Yes.
right? But yeah, I had no idea how this was done.
Right. Hey, we got RJ in the house. Give us
Hey
Steve.
RJ,
Hey, Skipper.
Christopher Junkin was here. He's been here for a little while. I don't know if we called him out.
Hey, Christopher Junkin. Welcome in. Wow.
Yeah, he also
Wow.
he had started Tropical Fish Hobbyist magazine, I believe, right? I think that was part of his
Uh huh.
publishing.
I think so.
Yep. So yeah, I've heard both stories. I think he's done a lot of good in the hobby, and then I've heard people say not necessarily always the nicest of individuals. So Dennis said he was talking about the naming of species. Yeah, man, right? Really complicated.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. to see how science has, it makes you want to go and do a deeper dive around how did they even come up with all of this structure, and how did they decide on what to call, like, all the phyla and all of those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. That'd be a whole topic in itself just to figure that out.
Yep. Steve says the names are usually in Latin or Greek, and the genus starts with a capital letter. Yep. And the species is a lowercase. Yep.
So why is it in Latin or Greek? Is there a reason?
Ooh.
I'm trying to think. If I remember right, Latin does not change as other languages would.
Like over time,
Right.
the words used and the meanings stay more the same, as opposed to
Yeah.
like English language tends to vary over time. Okay. Yeah.
And if I'm wrong, please someone tell me.
No,
I want
Jody
to.
Reed said Vibes is correct. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Keith says the same thing.
So I was right. Wow.
It's the only solid language in the world.
Is that the first time that Vibes was right? Wow.
No. No. You are.
So is Greek the same way?
I don't know.
And the reason I'm asking that because Steve put that in.
And Christopher Junkin said that AI says Latin was the universal language of science during the period when the modern system of naming organisms was established. And then the other piece of it, if it is a language that doesn't change, makes sense that they stick with it.
Right. Because why would you? Yeah.
Uncle Joe says that he knows a couple of people with fish named after them. A buddy Ken's will be released soon.
Yeah.
All learned Latin and Greek, and so they could talk to each other in the Western world, no matter what country they lived in. Barbara Jackson coming in with the knowledge. So that was kind of the universal languages.
So is Greek still changing, or is it as well dead?
Oh, I don't know.
So I got too many questions.
No, these are good. This is where the chat is helping us out, because I did not run across this in the research that I did for this.
Right. Which actually, these questions and answers in the chat. I actually like this, y'all.
Yeah, this is really good.
It's more than I've studied into, and I'm learning.
Yeah, like I said, this was absolutely fascinating to try and start to think about how this might work. Gives you a new appreciation for the fish that you see at the fish store or even in your own aquarium, right?
Mm-hmm. And when did the Latin language stop? I mean, die off?
I don't know.
If someone knows, you want to share if you know when it. Yeah. Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
Of course, my man, he's stepping up, doing the job. KGE said before I was born. No kidding.
Maybe, Keith. I don't know. That's possible.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Who knows? Did you just call him old? I mean, young?
Huh? I was making a joke. Just
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm just messing with him. It's nice to see him in chat.
Yes. Guess Cuba said. Guess it's been a while. Low.
Yep. Barbara says probably early Middle Ages. I guess it developed into Italian and Spanish and French and okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yep, that does make sense. The Latin names are impressive, but do you know the Aramaic names? No.
Ooh, you really get into it now, Sam.
Sam is testing us. Testing us.
Since we don't know, Sam, maybe you could do the research and tell us the names.
So anything that you found that I didn't, that either maybe contradicts what I've said, or anything that you add to it?
Mm, when you're going down through your list,
Yep. Was I checking off things on yours?
mm-hmm.
So the
And
good news is you and I found the same stuff. So that's like we fact check each other.
ooh, I did not realize that we're fact checking tonight.
Well, I'll put out the same disclosure I always do, right? You
Right.
know, we are not experts in this field. I've literally the last time I took a biology class was high school, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I just did a bunch of research because I thought it was a really interesting question that you posed, and wanted to learn about it. So I am very well encouraging people to correct us or say something, something differently, um, right, and help us all learn. But I just thought it was very interesting to think about. I'm so used to the common names that we use in the hobby. I don't usually think scientific very frequently, and this kind of forced me to do that. So it was a nice challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the fact that you brought it to us because it required me to really kind of think about all of
No,
these topics.
really, Joe? Disclaimer: Uncle Joe is wrong sometimes. Really?
Not
No.
not true, Joe. What?
Hey, y'all. Let's be honest.
Hmm.
Joe is a legend in the hobby. I wish I would have met him years ago.
And he's local to you?
No,
No.
he's in Florida.
Oh, he's in Florida. Oh, that's right. You did say that.
Yeah. He's been in the hobby many, many years. Yeah. And Crystal Junkin it backs me up on it too.
Yep.
How about that?
Yep.
Uh, since the 9th century. So it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
The fall of the Roman Empire was 46 AD.
And Steve said he had 4 years of Latin in high school.
So, Steve, how come you're not up here telling us all about this?
He's been adding little bits of information in there in the chat like he usually does. We appreciate
Mm-hmm.
that.
He's awesome.
Yep. We've got a good crowd like always.
So, now since we got into Latin, how did they get from that to the names we use today, the common names, neon tetra, the etc.
Mm.
That was maybe when you come back on a later date and discuss that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I would be really interested to know if it is as stringent a process.
I'm gonna put that in my notes, y'all. Because if I don't, it's not gonna happen. I doubt it. It'll happen.
It's quick search seems to say it's a lot less stringent, but it is in some cases based on local kind of where they're found or their coloration or characteristics, behaviors, things like that. Keith says common names can differ and or change. Yeah, absolutely. Like some people call it a bristle nose placo.
Mm-hmm.
People call it a bushy nose placo.
With maybe that's just a different dialect or different accent.
Right. Right. So I think that's what he's
Mm-hmm.
talking about, where it can differ. So different areas may call them something a little bit different.
Hey, Jesse in the house. Hey, Salient Aquatics. It's a super
Jesse.
chat.
Yeah.
Nice super
Thanks,
chat. Thank
Jesse.
you.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate it, each and every one of y'all. Okay, back to the.
Joe
And
says
for
it's not
those,
prevalent in many countries. They bend to the American language, the common names.
okay. And for those that are trying to find Uncle Joe's fish shed, there it is.
And Scuba Steve is here, and he votes for bristle over bushy.
Oh, some fish have actually been named after public surveys. That's interesting.
You mean like they've put surveys out to like the fish keeping community, Steve, and taken like a vote? Is that what that means? Or maybe I don't understand the definition of
Yeah.
a public
I,
survey.
I mean, that's what I read, but maybe we're both wrong.
Could be.
Huh.
RJ says catfish is better than pleco.
Oh, now there might be a debate in the chat
Well, no, I think they're talking different things, but maybe.
as of
We'll
now.
see if anybody has a dissenting opinion.
Yeah. Hey, if you have an opinion, put it in the chat.
Yep.
Anyways, hmm. But that thought I had kind of slipped my mind. Anyways,
Oh. So yeah, I mean, I think this is just a really interesting thing to look at and to try and understand how those names come up. And again, I think that there's a lot more that you can do with this to try and understand more deeply into it. And you referenced the podcast with watercolors,
right. And
and
Maj, you don't mind dropping the link for that? More welcome to.
and they go into a lot of detail on some of these very scientific types of
Mm-hmm.
topics, right? And so I think that's a good source to learn a little bit more. We're coming in very novice level. We tried to keep it easy for people to understand,
Right.
but there's a ton more that goes behind it. Nancy B joined us. She said, "Just say no
And
to
that's
pleco."
me. How about the Cosmos? The better?
It's more. It's more. It's the proper, proper name.
I know. Um.
But
Hmm. My mind's traveling too much right now. Sorry. Oh, about the survey that Steve put
mhm.
in the chat. I was thinking, you know what? That's actually interesting because instead of one person naming it, you got this whole community is naming this. If that's actually accurate.
He did. He said the public is invited to vote either directly or through a survey, and this is done to engage the public with science.
I like it.
Yep. And just one more fish is here. Hey, Jesse.
Hey Jesse, welcome in. I know what I was going to say. Back to the podcast thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
They actually talk about a great sage. They
Mm-hmm.
talk about the breeder in Goliad Farms, Charles, whatever.
Clapsaddle.
Yeah, there you
Now
go.
whatever.
You're good.
Now whatever. Charles Clapsaddle.
Yeah. Um, and the one guest they had on was actually one of the. I know he's very humble about it, but one of the first ones that got into the library um, here in America. He
Like
was like the back one,
introduced them
right?
to the country.
Back when the Gudaids were not a thing.
Oh, okay.
So that was interesting. So hey, if you want to learn about Gudaids, go ahead, listen to this podcast. It's watercolor. I'm gonna tell you a little joke. The dads. Um, it's probably an Australian visiting Canada. In Australia, hey, good day, mate.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in Canada, every word after every sentence you go, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So Australians saying good day, mate. Good day, eh? Good day, eh? Is that good?
That was yeah, you were inventive on that one.
Hey, I mean, it sounded good.
Keith said that was it John Lyons?
uh, I'm not good with names, so
Okay,
I'll have to listen to it. I have to hear that name more before I actually say who it was.
that's fine.
But yeah, so
RJ said that he's married to the Corey Queen, so let's debate. Uh-oh. It's getting serious in chat.
I mean, hey, you know what,
Mm-hmm.
TJ? It's been how long has it been since we had a debate on here? That's been a
Uh,
year.
it's been a year since we had a debate.
I mean, an actual topic debate.
Oh, yeah, probably because we debated what South American, Central American cichlids versus Africans,
I, I think.
I think,
Wow, it's
or
been too
that was
long.
part of it at least. It's been a while.
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna put that in my on the notes. That might come in the future. Another debate. Because you know what? I actually enjoy that, especially if you're the one trying to persuade the group of something that you don't even like.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it really interesting.
Yep. Cheryl says that she's not participating in a debate. He's on his own.
Oh,
Now RJ said Corey equals catfish equals Pleco.
I mean, a debate is actually can actually it is it can be a good thing, but also it can be taken too far, be a bad thing. Basically, you're discussing two different options.
Yeah, RJ just created an equation that is too much for my tired Thursday night brain. I can't solve it.
Other things, all catfish are created equally. Ooh.
Oh, I see. Oh, Jeff Kane is here. He says bring RJ up for the debate.
Could you imagine? That'd be an interesting debate. I'll tell you that much.
I have no issue with that.
Uh,
I'm still trying to solve the equation.
are you gonna be able to go to sleep if you don't solve it?
No, I'm gonna have to get a whiteboard in here and like,
He's gonna be all over the whiteboard
yep,
drawing.
trying to make sense of Corey equals catfish equals Pleco. I'm mind blown by this here.
I like it, Joe.
Oh, Joe, making my head hurt.
Uh, I don't think TJ or myself has signed up to do mathematicals tonight.
No, I just took science. I can't switch over to.
To algebra.
I can't switch over to math now. I just did science. That's enough for one night.
Cheryl Smith.
He's over here giggling at himself.
Right. Actually, I would be too.
Well, don't you love that vibes? There is not much more that I love in the world than cracking myself up.
Actually, honestly, those are some of the best people to hang out with. If a person can make themselves laugh, hey, nobody else can make you laugh. At least you're enjoying life.
I just think that's I think that's hilarious. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I just, I, yeah. That or you laugh because you're so proud of yourself, right?
Yeah.
Those are good things. Dennis said 42 is the answer to the meaning of life.
So when you're 42, or when you had done 42 mistakes, or when you have made 42 right choices,
You know what he's referencing?
I've got a feeling, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I'm just looking up really quick. It's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Hmm.
Number 42 is the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. The answer was calculated by the supercomputer Deep Thought after millions of years of computation.
Hmm. All right, now that would be a good debate between Shaw and Christopher Jenkins.
I was
Quantum
thinking
physics.
quantum physics. Oh boy, I am out.
Same. Uh, I mean, I'm definitely. I'm listening to this debate.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get deep.
Yep, that is above my YouTube pay grade.
Mhm. I'd probably show up in my waiters, probably.
Show up in your waiters.
It's going to get deep. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's about 9, about 10 your time, so we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, this has been really, really good. I enjoyed it. Thanks for coming up with the topic vibes.
Thank
It
you.
was one of those that, like I said, I thought I had some idea of how it worked. There was parts of it that I think I was correct on, but a lot of it
Hmm.
I had no idea until I started doing research. So,
And
uh, yeah.
we didn't even hit the iceberg tip of it.
No, I mean, rarely do we, right? I think
Right.
we can certainly pick different parts of this topic and come back for a little bit more of a
Oh
deep
yeah.
dive if we have some interest in kind of delving into
Hmm.
anything. I think the part for me that was super interesting is how the names get decided,
Right.
right? I think that's interesting. I think certainly to understand sort of how we go from kingdom all the way down, really interesting and how they sort of classify things and the different traits and things that have to be present in a particular fish to be put into a different category. Very interesting. But then when it comes to that sort of final stage and the research really kicks in to sort of prove all of those pieces, very,
Hmm.
very interesting. So I think yeah. So I appreciate the fact that you came up with this one. It took me down paths that I don't think I really expected. So it was really neat.
Right. And these topics not only help us, but also people in the chat to. But basically, say for instance, if you're not a person that enjoys reading books,
Hmm.
this would kind of maybe it's kind of like the audible form of a book.
Yeah, like an audio book.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like a Cliff Notes version.
Hmm.
Right? I'm sure there are plenty of textbooks that are out there that you could read through that'll take you into really deep uh, detail. For us, we've got a format that's an hour and a half a week
Right.
typically. So it's usually going to be a higher level summary. We also are not experts in a lot of these things. We do some research and come back and give our understanding of it, our impressions of it. And
Hmm.
yeah, so I think we give our own spin to it, and I'd encourage other people if they want to, also talk about the topic. I'd love to hear their perspectives on it.
Yeah.
If they stream. So
Yeah. If someone's in the chat and sees this on replay or even hear it now, go ahead, talk about it in your live streams.
yep,
Dig into it deeper. I want to hear it.
sure.
And Diddy said, sorry I couldn't chat much. Set an FX filter for stepson. That's cool, DD.
That's neat.
Uh,
No problem.
Actually, you should have went live, or at least recorded it and posted on in the channel. I'll actually watch that. I enjoy watching people set up filters. Is that
Maybe.
weird?
Um, I mean, not on the face of it. I think it depends on how far you take that,
True.
right? But
Yeah,
well,
yeah. True.
yeah. So yeah. So I thought it was a cool topic, and we enjoyed having the opportunity to check it out. Hopefully, we've put something here together that'll be available for people if they're ever curious on the topic. They can come here and at least get our perspective.
Sorry, but done now. It's okay, DD. And there again, like the other week when Bratton gave us a topic. If there's a topic that you want us to talk about, either comment below in the video or even in the chat. Message me.
Sure.
We might just do it.
We've entertained it before, so for sure.
Mm-hmm. But before we head out, y'all, I do want to appreciate that TJ was willing to take off an evening of his priority week to come and join us.
No, I told you backstage it was a pretty tough. It's been a tough week. Lots of stuff going on at work. Everything's fine, but a lot of little issues and things that just they've been on my mind trying to figure out how to solve them. And I was getting distracted today, and I needed this. This is really good chance to kind of put all that stuff aside, and just chatting with you is always fun, right? I think we always have a good time once a week when we're together here face to face on camera, and yeah. So no, I was glad to be here. I was glad to do a little research behind the scenes and kind of prep us for this one. It was great.
Yeah. And he made a good point. Real quick, he made a good point. It's a way to relax or get away from a daily struggle. You want to call it that, or the stress of life.
Yep.
You get to hang out, just chit chat.
Yeah.
It's not about hanging out with friends or even with a friend and just you want to say it, blow the wind. Just
shoot the breeze. You mean?
Yeah. Same thing.
It is not the same thing.
Anyway.
Blow the wind and shoot the breeze are not created equal, sir. I am sorry.
Yeah, I tried. Anywho.
Uncle Joe says he wants to see how he can find me on other platforms. Yeah, so I don't know if one of the mods can quickly drop my channel. So
Yeah.
Uncle Joe, my channel is not a fish channel at all. It's a place where I store videos for my other hobby, which is car racing. Don't feel obligated to follow. If you want to, I'm happy to have you there. But fish content that I put out is all here with my man Vibes.
Hey, that is one requirement, y'all. If you're following Vibes, you got to go follow TJ and watch all of his content and give him a thumbs up, give him a great review, and share it out.
Thank you. Thank you. Not really true, right?
Sorry,
you're welcome to, but I won't be offended if you don't.
Yeah, KG.
I was gonna say
hey,
you got that one a little bit crossed
up. I thought about it for a while. Like, yeah, no.
You know what? I'm a mod now, so I'll just drop my own link. Is
okay.
That,
why are you doing that?
Is that shameless promotion?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's accidental. So does that count?
Yeah, accidents are allowed sometimes. Actually, all the time. Anyways, I do appreciate everyone hanging out with us tonight. I do want to shout out to our friends here in the chat. Uncle Joe's Fish Head, the Super Chat, 999. Appreciate it. And Sailor Aquatics. You're just still here. There again, I appreciate it.
No, Jeff, don't apologize. I just took care of it. That's okay. It was a last minute request. Don't worry about it.
And there you go, y'all. Check out TJ. And for those that are coming late, etc., next Thursday night is canceled. So if you're wondering where we're at, I'll be helping my local church. We're doing the normal annual cleaning before school starts. And TJ will be at the racetrack. Woo!
That's the plan, my man. So, yep. So we'll be off for a week, and then we'll all be back together the following week, hopefully with Mariah as well.
Right. Hopefully. Hey,
Yep.
there again, keep me eye on your prayers.
Please. Yep.
Until next time, you all have a wonderful week and a great weekend. Peace out, everyone. Bye.